Hi, this is Trinisha Cottrell, and today I wanted to talk about what now. So, what made me want to talk about what now is, let me move that back a little bit so I can have some space. But what made me want to talk about what now is earlier today, I started working some business stuff, and you know how I've been in that waiting season and, waiting on some things to happen in my life. And I really had a moment to think to myself, what now? Like, what happens after you get everything you prayed for? Do you appreciate it or do you ask for more? Because if I'm being honest, some of the things that I prayed for 10 years ago, I have now. The life that I wanted 10 years ago is the life that I have now. I mean, did I imagine that I would be a single parent? Probably not. But I did think that I would be in a house that I love. I would be around family and friends that love me, and I would have people in my life who truly care about me. I would be doing something that I would know what my purpose is, and I would be living in my purpose. I would feel joy and peace in my life, and I wouldn't feel like I was constantly being just like devastated and drained and just so much pulled out of me. I knew that's not what I wanted in my future. And years ago, when I was thinking of what my ideal life was, I had an idea of what I wanted my life to be like. But when I prayed for peace. I prayed for understanding and knowing what my purpose was. I prayed to be able to be in a house that I feel comfortable in a place where I feel like it feels like home. Like it doesn't have to be a mansion, it doesn't have to be a shack, it doesn't have to be whatever it is. It just needed to be something that felt like home to me. And I know it doesn't sound like the cliche thing and what most people will find popular or whatever else, but for me, that was what was most important. I wanted to be at home and feel like it's a place of peace. It's a place where I can go that really feels like me. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like a bunch of empty space with no love in it. Like I wanted to make sure that my house was full of love. I wanted to make sure that I was constantly present and enjoying it. I didn't want to just have this place that I can go to at night to lay my head and not really enjoy every room of it. Like, I sit in this room that I'm in right now, and this is like the reading room. It's just the area where you just like go in, it's off to itself, and it's got the doors behind it. You can close them, but it's like an open area. And so so this is like an area from me where I just go to. Sometimes I exercise in here. I'm just being real. Like I don't have an exercise room. I have a craft room and I have this open area. And so sometimes I exercise in here just because it's open and I feel like it gives me a bunch of space and I can just jump around and do whatever else it is I want to do. So in this room, I read, I exercise sometimes, and I do videos in here now, apparently. So this is like one of the things. And in the living room, it's like the family room. That's where I spend time with my daughter. I might play board games. We might watch a movie and do a movie night, or, I might do something. And really, it gives us that closeness that, sorry, I just put some lotion on because I wanted to make sure that my hands were nice and moisturized and I was not going to be on here. But yeah, that's what that was. I literally was like, I'm gonna just put this on real quick. And then I came on here and I was like, oh, okay, well, you gotta rub that spot in, but it is what it is. Okay, so the living room is just comfort, is for closeness, is for being intimate. And I know a lot of people think intimacy has to mean something sexual, but that's not what I mean at all. I really just mean closeness. Being able to interact with other people, spend time with them, be by them, whatever else. It's like that's what that room means to me. To have people in it who care about me, who I care about, who we could spend quality time together in. The kitchen is where I bake stuff once a year. Just kidding. No, but like it's where, during maybe October we do like some kind of pumpkin spice something and we make like muffins that are pumpkin spice, or I don't know. Like in December we might do hot cocoa or whatever else. Like every season there's something that we're doing in there, or I'm making dinner occasionally because we all know I don't like to cook, but I do cook because we got to survive. And so, so I will make like meals in there. And I also do my smoothies, and it's a place that I skate in because I apparently like scrubbing the floors. But yeah, I get to do that. Then I have my craft room where I get to be creative and I get to really just be in my zone and think of all of these business ideas. And most of the time I will make a video there, but I'm doing it in the front room now. So in the open reading room. And it's not like a huge library. Like if I ever in the future build another house, I want it exactly like this. I want this house in another location. Like, this is how much I love this house. Like, I'm so grateful that God blessed me with this house. You don't even understand. And it's not like it's new. I've been here like 3 or 4 years and I still feel the same way. It's like the longest relationship I had lately. No, but seriously, it's like it's really calming and peaceful in here. And it's been that way for the past year and 10 months or whatever. Like it's been nice. And so it's yeah, it's like that. And I'm so thankful that God blessed me with this because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh wow, like I really love this." And then I was like, "I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know if this is something that I should do." And I felt something in my spirit that was like, "Get it." And I was like, I'm a real cheapskate. Like, I really am. And it's so crazy because, like, I be holding on to, like, every dollar. Like, like, it's so ridiculous. And I do spend money occasionally and I do go places and stuff like that. So don't think that I don't ever spend money. But I just am so, like, I don't want to say frugal because sometimes I get into a mood or a mode where mood. Yeah, I'm thinking of mood. I'll get into a mood where I'll just be like, I really do like that shirt or something. And I'll be like, I'm gonna get the shirt. At the beginning I had buyer's remorse where I was just like, I need to take it back because I don't like spending this money like this. But I really, really felt at ease when I was getting this house, like I should get it. And the next thing you know, I got a promotion. And I was like, okay. Thank you, Jesus. Like, God, I don't know. Like, I'm not telling everybody to just go buy something ridiculous because they want it. Just because you feel like you see it and it's supposed to be all you because this is like, don't be pretending like God spoke to you to get something just because you want to be selfish and have it for yourself. That's not what I did. I literally was just, I was so hesitant. I mean, I really felt like it's not that I couldn't afford it. It was just that I really felt like I didn't want to be greedy. And I felt like this is going to sound crazy, but even with the house, I really felt like I needed to just settle where I was. And I wasn't in a bad place or anything like that. I was really close to where I am now. But I just I really felt like I couldn't have this for some reason. Like I can afford it, but I can't have this. This just it doesn't make any sense for me to be able to have something like this in my life. I think someone's here. Sorry. That was over the top, but no one's here. Someone was just passing by. So, yeah, I just really felt like I just didn't deserve it even though I could afford it. And I just felt like there's no way I could be in a house that actually feels like home. And I grew up in a place that felt like home. And I mean, when you sometimes you walk into a house, and I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes you walk into a house and it really just feels like you can't be comfortable, like you're in a museum or something. And I never wanted the house to feel like that. I wanted to be clean. I don't want to have a bunch of like crazy stuff all over the walls and like have sticky stuff in the carpets and all that stuff. Like I know that's normal stuff that happens, but that's not something that I wanted. But I also wanted to make sure that I felt like I could relax here and like my daughter felt comfortable and everything else. So when God allowed me to get this house, I felt super blessed and I have appreciated this house every single moment I've been here. I haven't once been like, oh, well, I need to redo everything in here just because. Like, I really love the way everything is. Like, are there some things that I would make bigger if I rebuilt the house? Yes. But other than that, I mean, I like the fixtures. I like these doors. I like everything about it. I love the space of every single room except for the two rooms on the front. But that's just because it is what it is. And it's really not that big of a deal. Like, I can still be imaginative in my craft room even though it's smaller. And another thing that I probably would do, not that, I love the positioning of the house, I love the layout, I love everything about it. I would just make those rooms a little bigger if I rebuilt it. But I wouldn't want to be so spacious that I don't get to enjoy and feel like that cozy feeling that I do in this house. And it's just something about when you come home or you have a place to call home, even if you're at someone else's home or something else, but a place that you can really call home that really feels calm. It feels relaxing. It really feels like that peace that you need in your life. It's like an amazing feeling. And I would not trade it for anything in the world. And I'm so happy that God allowed me to have it and to keep it because I, I don't know if it's because I'm hesitant about spending money and doing stuff, and that's why God's like, do this, do that, because He knows it's like breaking me out of my comfort zone and it's making me feel uneasy. Like, not uneasy and it makes me feel uncomfortable. And so I think He knows that I need that in my life because in order for me to grow, I'm going to have to be uncomfortable. And I think that's what a lot of us have to do. And for me, I want to make sure that I'm not the person who prayed for a life like this and I don't appreciate it. And I start complaining about the things in my life when I'm completely blessed. I don't want to ever take for granted the people in my life, the friends that I have, the potential people that are about to come into my life that are going to treat me like the queen that I'm supposed to be treated like. And when I say queen, I always have to explain this because everybody has their own definition, but I mean like we're married to God first. So since He's the king of everything, then I see myself as the queen because we marry Him first before we learn to become a helper, before we learn to become a loving, kind person. And He's the one that we get our guidance from. And He's the one that creates us as the rib. So that's what I mean by queen. Like, He really treats me like a person that's supposed to be cherished and appreciated and not just like an option or someone who is just a regular person. Oh, well, like, I'm not saying I should be treated as if I'm not a human being. I'm saying I definitely should be treated like a human being with dignity and respect. And so I'm just saying, like, when all those things happen, I don't ever want to be the person who doesn't appreciate it, who starts complaining about the things that I was blessed with, like as if I didn't just pray for it. We do that sometimes. I don't know. Some people gonna watch it and say, "Oh, I would never do that." I was about to complain about something the other day, and I get in my moods and stuff like that, but I don't get in my moods because I'm unappreciative. I get in my moods because life happens. It has nothing to do with my blessings at all. It has nothing to do with me being unappreciative. It's just sometimes life gets hard, and it's regardless of whether things are happening to your benefit or not. Sometimes some heavy stuff happens, and you have to just live life. You can't control it. You have to lean on God and be in faith and pray that He works everything out for your benefit because He always does. And so so for me, there was one thing that I was talking about the other day and I was just like, "Oh, I was getting ready to complain and God showed me real quick like you prayed for this." And I was like, "You know what? You're right." I did pray for this and I'm going to appreciate it because I don't want to be that person who prayed to be in a house that feels like home, who prayed for a beautiful healthy daughter, who has a beautiful healthy daughter, who prayed for, a position that I could still do my business in, or, a career where I can do something that I love, like working with whatever it is. And I would be able to do that and still be creative at the same time. Like that's something I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to work in something that I loved and to live my purpose. And I'm getting to do it right now. Like this is what I prayed for. And a lot of people think of what now? They start thinking about, well, I want to make, let's say they want to make more than 20,000. Next thing you know, they make more than 20,000 and they don't even take the time to appreciate and thank God for the fact that they make more than 20,000. That's what they prayed for in the beginning. They are not even helping people. They make the extra money and they're just like, well, now I'm going to do this for me. Like I understand how it feels to want to do something for yourself. Everybody feels that way because everybody's a little selfish. But you have to really, when God is blessing you, He's blessing you because He wants you to bless other people. And you have to remember that even though you are getting more, it doesn't mean that it's only just for you. It's for you to sometimes show people the Christ in you, for you to sometimes show people that blessings really do happen and how you're going to use it for His benefit, not just only for you. Like, yeah, that pair of shoes might look nice, but if you know that your cousin or your nephew every year has to wear the same shoes because their parents can't afford new shoes, that might be the clue for you to buy a pair of shoes for them. Even though you want that new pair of whatever so badly. It might feel like, oh, I really want to get my hair done and do something nice for myself because I haven't done it in a month or something. And then you look around and your little cousin whose mom can't afford to get her hair done and has no time to do her hair, can't do her hair. So instead of you using it for yourself, use that appointment for your little niece or whoever else it is. Like really think about what you can do to benefit the world and not just yourself. God will continue to bless you. You're not going to be missing anything. I promise you. And appreciate every moment that He's bringing you through. When you make more than 20,000, appreciate it. When you pray to make more than 100,000, appreciate it. When you pray to make $1,000,000, appreciate making a million. Don't just, I'm not saying don't strive for better. You should always strive for better. Be thankful for everything that you have and constantly work towards more. That's what you should do because you're striving to be better. So when you're doing better, things around you are going to become better. When you reach certain heights in your life, it'll open your horizon to see more potential in yourself, to see more money, to see other things being able to happen, things that you didn't even think were possible before. So I'm not saying don't have hope for better. I'm saying appreciate what you have and use it for the benefit of the kingdom. So, in conclusion, instead of thinking of what now, and maybe you can think that as well, but instead of not appreciating the moments that you're in, the things that God's blessed you with, and the things that He's allowed you to be able to do in your life, like maybe you wanted to spend more time with your family and you get to. Don't just say, oh, I get this, my family's getting on my nerves now. No, remember to appreciate it because you prayed for it. I prayed for this house, so every responsibility that comes with it, I need to take it. I can acknowledge the fact that things are going to happen around the house because that's normal. But I still need to make sure that I appreciate having the house that feels like home. I still need to appreciate the fact that I get to be a mom, even if I don't do everything right. I still need to appreciate every single room in this house, even if I want a room to be a little bit bigger. Maybe one day it will be. Who knows? I mean, it definitely will be one day, but I just love this house so much. I can't imagine changing it. But I also know that with the direction of my career and a lot of the things that I'm doing, it's like I keep feeling like I have to move eventually. And every moment that I get in this house that God allows me to be here, I want to appreciate it. I don't want to take it for granted at all. I don't want to just look back and be like, well, I was there, but I want to know, like, and even when it comes to friends, I want to appreciate my friendships. I want to appreciate the people that God allowed to stay in my life who are still there, who have been with me throughout the years. Like, I appreciate all those people and the new people that come into my life. And when God brings a person into my life, I want to appreciate them because I did pray for someone who appreciates me. So when they start getting on my nerves, I need to remember when we start getting on each other's nerves, because we're going to have different views and different opinions, and we're not always going to agree on everything. And they're not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to be perfect. And so I just hope and pray that no matter what, I always appreciate the person that God blesses me with, and the person that God that hopefully they appreciate me. They will appreciate me, because if they don't appreciate me, there's no reason for us to be together. And so so yeah, just really, when you're thinking of what now, just strive for better, but appreciate everything that you have.